Hello. As I was just walking, and I always ramble on about your will shall be done, your kingdom shall come, or instead of my will be done, my kingdom shall come. And it's the same. What I really mean with that is, and where I think that a lot of people have missed the target in a way, because we're all humans, have been given free choice to rule with our higher self or with our lower will or desires. And what is important is, if you can imagine an eye, and you have the eye of the eye, the inside, the black of the eye, or the black hole, that's God's experience. And that's so difficult for us to surrender into, to be a child of God. This is the vortex, this is the black hole, this is the way how it all works. But the rest of it, this is actually the human experience. It's not God's experience. God experiences itself not through the willpower and the action of man. That's not his experience. His experience is when, because he has done and created everything perfect, whole and complete, and in equilibrium with everything there is. So this is what he experiences. He doesn't experience the illusions that men create by thinking they need to do this, they need to create atomic bombs, they need to create electric cars and the e-mobility and so on. I don't think that this is his experience. He's not having that because he's not buying into illusions. He knows there's a certain way, and if we can surrender and get into the center of our makeup, whatever it is, then that turns into the experience, because that experience is real, that's whole, that's complete, that's perfect as it is. So he has that experience, because why should he experience anything that's not real? Why would you do that if you're God? You create everything in harmony and balance and perfect, and then man comes along and he burdens God with illusional experiences. I wouldn't do it. I would have empathy and compassion for the humans to say, it's like, look, if you want to live in the illusion of being man of man, then that's okay, but you're a man of God. You're God's man. So either or. The only thing is that he'll experience less and less and less of that what's completely possible. But he will only experience perfection. He will only experience love, light and truth. Don't think that he will experience the illusions that are not there. Why should he do that? If he has the choice and if he can abide by it, and he lives. What was that? Oh, that's a boat. Where is it? Can you see it? No. Anyway, so I just wanted to, because the eye so perfectly sets this, the center of our universe, the black hole, that we so dare to get into, because we never get out of it, but it all pulls everything in there. It pulls out all the experiences of man in there and wake people up, because this is our path from humanness back into spiritualness, from being a child of man to be a child of God. And then he'll have the experience, because the Father and Christ is one. We're all that part of Christ that we can choose, but we can choose. This is the main thing. So if you want to work for the Most High, then go back into the center. Dare to go into the black hole and illuminate the black hole with your own light. And see what happens. All the mystery, yes, it's unveiled. We can't see from this point of of view what's happening in the black hole, because we know it says that nobody who lives in this world will ever see the Father, or has ever seen the Father. So there is no way back, but it doesn't mean that there is the typical death that we fear so much of, that's the end. But with everything that comes, there's death and resurrection. And isn't it so much about the resurrection than rather about the death? Should we focus not much more of what's beyond, to get into the black hole, to surrender and conquer our fears and join and choose love, to say, hey, but we don't. So often we don't, and I know how difficult it is. But imagine the eye and the outside with all the little things, all the little tendons and all the little things that go outside of it. That's the choices that we're adding on to the truth and the light that is there, but they're all illusions. It's our made-up world. They're man-made. And if we allow ourselves to be part in the greatest game of all, where it's heaven on earth, then we have to become present, and we have to allow ourselves to get into a point to be moved, to let go of the material ties that tie us onto this world, like the initiation to let go of your parents. You should honor them and love them, yeah, but you should disconnect from your heritage, so that the butcher doesn't stay the butcher and the dentist doesn't stay the dentist for generations to come. Because isn't that what is right for the one is wrong for the other? What was right in the morning is the lie of the evening. And who travels in my name, Jesus said, who never has a pillow to sleep on, because there is a flow point, there is a constant movement that goes on. Today it's like this and tomorrow will be like that. So how can we be so judgmental to judge for right and wrong? We can't, because it's like everybody has the right to choose and so on. But also, if we follow our heart and our love and step closer into the center, into the sacred union point, into the black hole, into love that is black. Love is behind the fear. The fear and our desire is the same thing. I learned that from sexuality. So often when we speak about sexual desires and fears, we realize, hold on, they're one and the same thing, just painted in a slight different color. So I'm at the moment in surrendering to let go of everything. And what I have to realize is like to remind myself again when I get paralyzed and fear struck, to say, hold on, when you're top of the roller coaster, and that experience in the suspense of just because before you go down, neurologically, the body secretes one particular cocktail. But this cocktail, which is always the same in that kind of scenario, is dependent of how you interpret it. Do you say, hold on, I'm fearful because my reference points are like, oh my God, I'm reacting on to fear here, and it's like, oh no. Or you going with like, I'm excited and put the arms up and it says, yeah, let's go for it. So in these moments where I really get the anxiety and because like, where is the money coming from and what is about the uncertainty, and I need some safety and some control and so on, I constantly have to remind myself that maybe this fear is also part of my joy for this uncertainty, for this freedom to live, to choose whatever I want to do. Do I want to sleep outside here? Do I want to look for someone who hosts me? Or do I want to book a bed and breakfast? Or whatever. There is freedom of choice in the moment, to live in the present moment. And then with a childishness of playfulness, of curiosity and innocence, to go and to experience this life the way how it is. Not to worry so much, but knowing it's like, hold on, ultimately, I'm a child of God, and the Father will do it. The Father is there to look after His children. So can you surrender fully? Let go of any doubts that it would be any other way. And as long as you have only one doubt, this one doubt will tie you in the material world. That's why it's so difficult to achieve. Because you have for many years this slow process where you with one foot already in the new. And you know it's there, but you still can't see it. And you keep going and you keep going and you're surrendering more and more doubts. And the devil or the lower desires are coming to challenge you, to prove you. And you have to stand tall and you have to stand aligned with your belief. No, I'm going forward in this direction. I'm not going in procrastination. I'm not going in doubts. Because it's the doubts that tie me into limitation, into this material world. So open your heart, knowing and trust and have faith. That's what it says. Those who believe, they will be right. Those who believe, who will get on top of Mount Everest, and those who say, I can't do it and don't believe it, they both will be right. So, what is with healing? What is with everything? Believe in it, have faith that there are spiritual gifts that we have that are beyond comprehension in this material world. But they will be activated and they will come alight when you go into the center of the vertical and the horizontal alignment. When you surrender and transcend the polarities of saying I'm one or the other to saying I'm both. And I'm going like in the speed of light, in this kind of, I'm everything. I'm one loop. I'm one figure of 8. I'm one, what's it called? The symbol for infinity. I'm all of that. I'm both. I'm masculine and feminine, even though I'm in a male body. I'm a spiritual, but also a material. I have a higher self, and also I have a lower will and desires. But the point is, what do you choose? And isn't your will also my will? If I choose that above is the higher will, the higher self, then the lower selves will have to abide by all of that. And we use then the lower selves not to press our will onto the world, but actually to manifest that what comes down. It's a manifesting power that we have. So we're manifesting not our will, but with that power that we hold in the lower and the dense level of our material world, it's a manifesting power. And we manifest that what we have been given down as a vision from above. So, anyway, that's it. That's it for now.